Adversity. Have you ever had to overcome some adversity in your life? You ever had someone who just seemed to have it in for you? Or were you in a situation that was just impossibly hard, or just something that was just more than you could handle emotionally or physically or in any other way? I think we've all gone through it. This was a topic that Maikeli7 posted a blog on, and this is sort of my response to that. I guess we all have it. Most recently in my life, I had it with the owner of the business I worked for. For some reason, he hated my guts, and I wasn't real fond of him, really, to be honest with you. I mean, you can't have someone in your face all the time just hating you and just pouring out all that negative emotion on you and not respond in some way. And I let as much of it as I could wash off of me, because I wasn't that far away from being able to retire, and you know, I don't know how much a part of what he was doing was an attempt to get me to get mad and cuss him out and get fired or what. I don't know. But anyway, I got through that, relocated to another store, got out of his face, he got out of my face, and I'm retired. Everything's cool. I've seen him a couple of times. I walked up to him, shook his hand. You know, he doesn't look at me with quite so much hate now. I think he's just happy that he doesn't have to look at me every day. But that's not the only adversity I've had. I'd say probably the absolute worst time of my life, when I thought the whole world was against me, was in a period of less than 30 days. I'd have to go back and count it up, but it was over a period of a month. My marriage of 25 years ended, and my father was diagnosed with terminal cancer. And I had to deal with that well, my father managed to hang on and survive pancreatic cancer for 3 more months. He almost made it to 92, so he had a long life. But I had to continue to deal with the divorce, the separation, the figuring out what the assets were going to be, dividing those up. The only lucky part we had was that my son was 3 months away from his 18th birthday when the marriage dissolved, and so we didn't have to worry about custody, because he had already made it very clear that, just like his sister before him, when he turned 18, he was gone. And I don't blame him for that. I did the same thing. But anyway, that was a really bad time in my life, and I managed to get through it with the help of a lot of friends, with the people at my church, and it just took a while. It takes a while to get over something like that. And believe it or not, we parted amicably. I mean, I don't hate her. You know, she just decided that 25 years was me with enough. And I guess maybe she's right, who knows? Nobody else has pushed that boundary so far. But I am now happily married to my one of my high school sweethearts, and we're coming up on 4 years. It's Cinco de Mayo. Keep that in your mind. That's my anniversary. My wife was very smart in picking that day to get married on, because even I can remember that. So, a time of celebration, in whatever language you want to put it into. But I mean, I've had to deal with bullies at times. Had a bully at the same place where I worked. At least he tried to be a bully. Some of the smaller guys, and I mean smaller in stature, were intimidated by him. But he and I are about the same height, about the same weight. And I was a good 10, 15 years older than he was, so it wasn't going to be a problem ever with him, with me. But he still tried. He never smiled, he never said please, he never said thank you. Everything was in order. Go get me this, get me that, I want this. And at one point I went to my boss and I said, look, I'm not gonna deal with him anymore. I refuse to wait on him at the back counter or get anything. I just refuse to wait on him. You'll have to get somebody else to do it. He's a dick, and I just refuse to deal with it anymore. And that actually seemed to break the ice a little bit. Then he got married. For 2 weeks after he got married, you couldn't get the smile off of his face. Now, I'm not going to pursue that, why that was, but after 2 weeks, he was just back to normal again. So, I don't know if we can attribute it to what you're all thinking it was attributed to or not. But anyway, you know, you have some bad times. I feel like I've got a lot of friends. I feel like I've got I feel like I'm a good friend. That I don't cause problems for people. You know, I mean, I go out of my way to anticipate a problem, and that's what being around little kids does for you. You know, you see something that they're going to fall on, or you see something that, well, that could be dangerous. Excuse me. And you anticipate, and you go ahead and move it, or you reach for the child. Well, that's the same thing I try to do in my life with all my relationships. If I see something that's going to be a problem, I try to do something about it. I try to eliminate it before it becomes a big problem. So I'm trying to minimize the adversity in my life. Now, it's not that I haven't wanted to just go up to some of these people I've had to deal with and just knock them out. But it's just not the way I was raised. It's not the way I feel in my heart. To me, it's just simpler and makes it easier for me. I just don't let them into my head, and I just don't deal with them if at all possible. But anyway, to answer Maikeli7's question, if you would, go look at his video, and I will post a link to it in the description below, and see if you'd like to answer his question. It's a beautiful day in Georgia, and that's me signing out. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.